From the dazzling neon lights of Akihabara to the global screens of streaming platforms, anime has become a cultural powerhouse. But where did it all begin? Who created anime? To answer that, we must journey through time, back to Japan's early 20th century, where silent films flickered in darkened theaters, and the seeds of a new art form were quietly being sown. Right here, on History of Simple Things. Before we talk about the first anime, we need to go back even further. The roots of anime can be traced to traditional Japanese art forms like ukiyo-e and kabuki theater. These styles emphasize bold expressions, exaggerated movements, and dynamic storytelling, elements that would later influence Japanese animation. In the early 20th century, Japan was introduced to Western animation, particularly from Disney and Fleischer Studios. These foreign cartoons inspired Japanese artists to experiment with their own animated storytelling, leading to the birth of Japan's animation industry. The first known Japanese animated film is widely believed to be Namakuragatana, translated as A Dull Sword, created in 1917 by Junichi Kuchi. Around the same time, another pioneer, Oten Shimokawa, also produced short animations, marking the beginning of Japanese animation as an art form. These early films were simple and experimental, mostly used for educational purposes or wartime propaganda. In the 1930s and 1940s, as Japan entered World War II, the government began using animation for propaganda. One of the most significant works from this era was Momotaro, Umi no Shinpei, 1945, directed by Mitsuyo Seo. This was Japan's first feature-length animated film created under government funding to boost morale. Although it was politically driven, its production techniques laid the foundation for future Japanese animation. If there's one person who truly revolutionized anime, it's Osamu Tezuka. Often referred to as the god of manga and the father of anime, Tezuka was heavily influenced by Walt Disney's work. He introduced cinematic techniques to manga and animation, such as dramatic close-ups and exaggerated expressions, which made his work more engaging. In 1963, Tezuka's Astro Boy, or Tetsuwan Atom, became Japan's first-ever serialized anime on television. Unlike earlier experimental works, Astro Boy had a deep storyline, recurring characters, and a distinct art style featuring large expressive eyes, something that would become a staple in anime. This series set the template for future anime, proving that animated shows could tell compelling stories while being commercially successful. Tezuka's work didn't just influence Japanese creators, it also had a significant impact on global animation, shaping the industry as we know it today. After Astro Boy, anime rapidly grew in popularity. The 1970s saw the rise of mecha anime with classics like Mazinger Z and Mobile Suit Gundam, which introduced the world to giant robot battles. This era also saw the beginnings of Lupin III, which brought action-packed adventures with a unique art style. The 1980s marked a turning point for anime, as it gained international recognition. Landmark films like Akira 1988 and Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind 1984 showcased the potential of anime as a serious cinematic medium. Akira, in particular, stunned audiences with its fluid animation, cyberpunk themes, and deep storytelling, influencing Hollywood films like The Matrix. Meanwhile, Studio Ghibli, co-founded by Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata, began creating some of the most beloved anime films of all time, including My Neighbor Totoro and Laputa, Castle in the Sky. The 2000s and 2010s saw anime becoming more accessible thanks to the internet. Streaming platforms like Crunchyroll and Netflix help bring anime to international audiences, allowing fans to watch simulcasts of their favorite shows. This era introduced a new wave of modern classics, like Naruto, Death Note, Attack on Titan, and One Piece, each bringing fresh ideas and expanding anime's reach even further. In recent years, anime has become a cultural juggernaut. Movies like Your Name, 2016 by Makoto Shinkai broke box office records, proving that anime films could be as commercially viable as Hollywood blockbusters. Meanwhile, series like Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, 2019, and Jujutsu Kaisen, 2020, continue to push the boundaries of animation with breathtaking visuals and intense storytelling. Anime is no longer just a niche interest. It's a mainstream global industry, with conventions, merchandise, and collaborations with major brands. The influence of anime can be seen everywhere, from Western animation to fashion, music, and video games. Anime's influence has extended far beyond Japan. Western creators have drawn inspiration from anime for decades, leading to works like Avatar, The Last Airbender, Teen Titans, and The Boondocks, which all incorporate anime-style animation and storytelling techniques. Even major film directors like Guillermo del Toro and the Wachowskis have cited anime as a major influence on their work. Even the fashion industry has embraced anime aesthetics. High-end brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Uniqlo have collaborated with anime franchises, creating collections inspired by classic and modern series. The colorful, expressive art style of anime has influenced streetwear trends, cosplay culture, and even video games, proving that its reach is limitless. So who created anime? The answer isn't just one person. While Osamu Tezuka played a monumental role in shaping modern anime, the art form itself is the result of countless pioneers, animators, and artists who built upon each other's work over the decades. From early silent films to high-budget animated masterpieces, anime has evolved into a rich and diverse medium that continues to inspire generations. And as new technologies emerge, who knows where anime will go next? What's your favorite anime of all time? Let us know in the comments. By the way, thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.